Mm-mm-mm. Who needs to wake up to Folgers in your cup when you have water de coquina? Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. I'm Chelsea. We all know that. Monat knows that. And I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and far too many opinions. And no, this is Celsius. Don't worry. So one thing that I really do want to talk about today is mistranslations and how that can be used to benefit the whole manipulation of money. It is no surprise. The first family, the Urdaneta family of money is Venezuelan, right? And obviously, it's no surprise here, their first language is Spanish. Now, one thing that kind of is surprising, not surprising, just interesting, is that a lot of the mid to top ranking people that have been leaving money are Hispanic women. And this is an overgeneralization, obviously, but it's just so interesting that it seems like they're, and this sounds so silly, I know, just stay with me, but it seems like they are seeing past the excuses of mistranslations and being like, no, I see what you're saying and what you're doing in your body language, literally anyone can say that. But then it's and we'll see it in a moment, but it seems like a lot of the white women who are in money have the stereotypical money ladies are just making excuses for this family when it's y'all, it's not that hard to understand what they're saying. So for these ladies who are stuck in money and absolutely for some reason accepting the manipulation and excuse of oh no, this isn't rude, this is just a mistranslation. Us here at Stay Spicy Productions have done them a solid and had this video sponsored by Babbel. And we're gonna go over what specific mistranslations we're talking about later on in this video. But mistranslations can not only be embarrassing, but using that as an excuse for your bad behavior and things like that is not cool. So I don't want y'all to get caught up in mistranslations and be caught in a sticky situation, okay? With Babbel, you can start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. There's also a 20-day money-back guarantee. They have multiple different ways that you can learn. I personally am more of a visual learner and I need to be more repetitive with things. So while I've been doing my nighttime routine instead of playing a mobile game when I get in bed, which I still do, but I've also started doing my little review in the Babbel app as well before I go to bed. So my review that I like the most is usually my flashcards. I'm usually an analog lady all the way, but having it on my phone is just so much easier for me. So that way I'm able to carry on things and learn more. Babbel's lessons are also designed by real language teachers, multiple different ways to learn listening, actually doing flashcards, like I said, and then doing games or more conversational lessons as well. There's live classes, there's articles you can read, and for me as well, learning more about the history of things and the culture of things. And then also with a lot of times with the culture of things, you'll learn more of the slang regarding what region you're studying, visiting, learning about. And that's actually the slang aspect of this is something we're going to talk about further in this video too. So this is just the perfect integration for this video. I love it. You know what else is perfect? The fact that if you go ahead and click the link in my description box, you can get 60% off of your Babbel subscription, which is wonderful. So go ahead, get a head start. I challenge you guys, let me know in the comments down below if you could acquire a skill, wake up tomorrow being so proficient in that skill, what would it be? Because Tony and I always say that it would be being fluent in Spanish. Thank you again, Babbel, for sponsoring this video. And thank you to you guys for messaging me on Instagram regarding this specific topic and being like, girl, get a Babbel ad read for this video. That's hilarious. And I'm sure Babbel will love that too. So don't be spooked by those mistranslations. Learn a new language with Babbel, brush up on that skill, maybe even just continue to education so you can keep your noggin sharp and get 60% off of your Babbel subscription by using the link in my description box. And it'll be in the pinned comment too. And now let's go ahead and continue with the video. So as y'all know, in one of my last videos, we reviewed an Instagram video that 2 Monat ladies did. And they were talking about the founder shares, saying how amazing it is, whatever. Those 2 just left Monat. They just left Monat. How crazy is that? That they were just talking about how amazing it is, especially the founder shares and how great the family is and blah, blah, blah. Then they just left and went to pharmacy. No, girl, not Walgreens to pick up your birth control and Zoloft and Adderall prescriptions. Pharmacy, spelt with an F and an I. It's a makeup MLM. I think they possibly would have gone to Saint, but Saint is no longer an MLM. Blah, cringe. Which we're going to go over that in another video because hilarious and yikes. So that was the video where I like did the little cue card thing, right? And also was dressed up like the devil. Who would play her? Me. But they were talking about how amazing it is and whatever. But by that time, realistically, they had probably already decided to join another company. And this has happened so often in the last year with not only any MLM, but especially with Monat, where people are not joking up until they leave. They're recruiting people and saying how amazing it is. And it just shows how, and not only in this industry in general, but how like dishonest these people are. How can you trust anything they say? Like their downlines, how do their downlines go to another company? It's crazy. Now, if you want to be updated on all of the craziness, I do heavily suggest that you follow MLM Exit on Instagram. She's hilarious. And obviously the MLM Boss Babe and then also Detective Lovey too. I'll have all of that linked in the description box unless I completely forget, which I usually do. They all have been just completely on top of this, like so helpful, sharing everything. And not only that, but sharing like DMs anonymously that they've received from other market partners, Monat reps, all that, and like people in the industry who like know more about this. Not more about this, but like have more inside information. The craziest stuff has happened. So to get right down to it, I don't know who thought it was a good idea for the Daddy Monat to get on an Instagram video at a long table and do a Bond villain monologue looking like Wish.com Jim Jones. Sir, what are you doing? Why are you yelling? He rambles for so long, and listening to it, I was actually really proud of myself. And I did have my father-in-law like I was understanding, and he even said, he's like, wow, he's like, good job. And I was gonna ask him to like pop into this video and be like, oh, he's saying this and this and this, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to subject my channel to you yet. He's wild. He's amazing though. Y'all would love him. We don't need Abuelo to come into frame, okay? But I did have him watch it with me, and he even said, he was like, really? Like, did he just say that? That's crazy. Basically, he did that Bond villain monologue. They have since deleted it. It was up for, I want to say like 3 or 4 days. But the great thing is that the internet's forever and we are petty. So Julie Anderson, who is amazing. Y'all know how I say Hannah Alonso is like the sugar version of me. Like she's still funny, still kind of petty, but she's way nicer. You know she's way nicer. She's amazing. Love her so much. She's like sugar, I'm spice. And then Julie Anderson is like just as spicy as me, just as even funnier than I am, but she's more activism based. Like I'm over here bedazzling props and being like, I'm an entertainer. Subscribe to my new podcast with Cheryl and Dale. Thank you. I'm not done with this. Like I have to make it look better. It's a process. Trust my bedazzle process. I finished it, by the way. I know. And Julie Anderson is like, cool, well, I'm in DC. Like I'm walking up the steps of like the Capitol. So I'll be doing that if you need me. She's amazing. Please go subscribe to her. She does amazing work. She's amazing. She had B-roll of capybaras in her videos. That's all you need to know. If you don't subscribe to me, but more so if you don't subscribe to Julie Anderson, you're dead to me. Thank you. Okay, sorry, Julie. If you would have told me that in summer 2024, I would be Stuart McMillan's biggest cheerleader, I would tell you to increase your Seroquel dosage and the straight jacket, because we need to drive you to the insane asylum. So Daddy Monat did a video. I assume that it was damage control, but it's really just done more damage. It's crazy. It is so crazy. So he rambled for about 5 hours. No, he didn't ramble for 5 hours, but in my opinion, he did ramble for a long time. It's not it in its entirety. If you want to watch it in its entirety, go ahead and go to Julie Anderson's channel. You'll see it there, right? Like I said, I'll have that link down below. However, MLM Exit on Instagram, love them so much. I already messaged them and I was like, thank you for putting in the work always for years now, but also for like clipping it and translating it, because this man just goes on and on and on and on and on. the post, the reel that MLM Exit did in my description box too, because having it just play with words on the screen, I feel like is like counterproductive. So good old Louis, Daddy Monat, Jim Jones from Wish.com, if you will, is in his members only jacket. He's rambling about people who left the company, right? Whether it was to go to pharmacy, to Arbonne, Amari, Olive Tree people. Those who want to be bought, let themselves be bought. And of course, clean the company. People who do not value what we have done for them. They are going like Judas to other companies. It's wild to compare people who leave the company that you own, since they're just salespeople, like Judas. Like what? They don't owe you anything. Again, he just continues to talk about people who left. This is more towards the end of the video, which is crazy. They ran out of business here because they did a bad action. They recruited MPs. They didn't attend them, meaning like they didn't train them well. So again, just blaming it on the market partners, the people who left. They didn't train them. They didn't develop them. And as they entered, because those are the people who are the ones who make the pyramids. Bold of you to talk about pyramids, my guy, since you made this one, where those people earn only them and the others below them, what they do is lose money. And those are the people who damage the image of what network marketing is. I think it's actually the people who are very reminiscent of cult leaders like you and your family. But yes, also the behavior within the industry itself. The call is coming from inside the mansion that Monat built, buddy. Oh, Lord, what a goober. And then he goes further and says it may go well for them, may God bless them, but it doesn't make us sad at all that people with that behavior leave, and that type of people who mistreat the image of this business leave. Insinuating that people who have left money got like bridge contracts or were basically paid to come over. And sometimes that can happen. But when that does happen, the company is basically paying, like making it worthwhile for someone to come over. And I'm not saying that has happened in these instances specifically, but it has happened previously in the industry in general, where they will get like a signing bonus basically, to where the company knows that like, okay, it's worth it to pay this person more like right now to get them to leave that company and come over because of the influence they have and all the people they're going to bring over from their team. Because like we're going to make that money and more back just by getting them over here, you know? So it can definitely be worthwhile when you think about it, when you're a top leader, but I don't know, it's just really interesting. And sometimes those contracts can even be like, and I mean, you can negotiate them too, but like Q Sciences, it's been alleged that they are like notorious for doing this, to where they will, again, allegedly, where they will make it so that like they'll pay you $6K a month, $20K a month, however much the amount is, for 6 months, for a year, whatever, because you can guarantee that you're bringing over so many people, right? And obviously, like, you have to keep your end of the deal too, of yes, I'm going to sign up with you, I'm going to leave that company, and I'm going to push this one so hard, but also like it benefits both of you, right? It doesn't necessarily benefit your downline though, or your reputation. So here he's talking about a podcast or a video that he watched, and MLM Exit, again, is amazing for translating this. He said, in the market of direct sales and in other businesses, there is commercial prostitution. It made me do some reflection, some evaluations. That phrase, I'm still evaluating, and that goes hand in hand with sometimes letting yourself be bought and accepting that you go to a company not because of its product, because in some cases there are not the best products, not because of the reputation of the company, but because they give you money. Yeah, Daddy Monat, because it's a job and jobs need to pay you because it's a sales job. Crazy. So then in another part of the video, and this is why body language is so importante, no matter what language you're speaking, body language means a lot. So he says, unfortunately, this is a business that most of them are ladies. Luis, you would not have anything without those ladies. Kills me. Unfortunately, you're running the company with your members only jacket. Jeffrey Dahmer called. He wants his outfit back. Called back from hell. Maybe you'll see him in a few years. Chelsea, calm down. And then also, this is a hilarious one too, where he says, why today more and more companies want to look like Monat. It's culture and it's solid expansion. Who wants to show him the graph? Who wants to show them the numbers? Solid expansion. Is that a mistranslation? Because holy crap. And then he went further even to say that the most recent, two mid to top ranking reps who left, the ones that were in the video that we posted last month, he had the audacity to say that they were not top earners. And it's like, oh, you weren't top earners anyway. And it's giving the same energy of when you turn someone down and they're like, well, you're ugly anyways. It's like, you didn't think so when you just asked me out. What are you talking about?
So I can support people. Lord, give me every day the opportunity to make someone happy, at least one person. And I am sure that with that action I will have a clear view before your eyes of all the things that I am doing and that I am going to receive. Your blessing. Be grateful to people. Be grateful to those who shook your hand and be fair to the people who shook your hand. There is an experience that we lived in recent days that Mari also made this comment. I think it was yesterday. Mari is behaving very badly. Mari said, yesterday, there are two girls who are about 2 years old, weeks. They spoke wonderful things about the company and said in any case one day there are nice things and suddenly this week they left and now they are hugging and now they say they love. To another company. Something that from one day to the next is very difficult to love. But they say we love this company and they are just getting to know it. But they are getting to know it because they are giving it its benefits in advance.
I'm sure you didn't say that they weren't top earners when they were in the company making you a lot of money. Probably not, buddy. Yes, they were. Like, arguably, yes, they were. They had made a significant amount of money in money. Yeah. So it's crazy that like when it works for you, when it benefits you, they're hyping you up. But then like right when you leave, just, oh, they're the worst. They're just, I don't want to say slandering because they're not. I mean, it's figures of speech and jokes, but it's wild. But again, that's the cult tactics. That's the cult culture. That's what the culture is. The vibe is. And, we just go off vibes here, So he went further to say that. And then he like trying to discredit them. And then he went even further and said that they were poking fun at them being baptized at a Monat event, I guess. And then he also said that they were baptized in cocaine water, which is crazy for someone to say.
My mother said that those girls that they were baptized with coconut water, but cocoa water. Ada Mari et Tamari. Incredible. They were baptized with water and coke.
And then more so than that, people have been from Monat, like I said, it was deleted, but then people from Monat have been like, no, it's just a mistranslation. No, it's not. That's not a mistranslation. If it was a mistranslation, what was the correct translation then? Like Coca-Cola water? That wouldn't make sense. What? Absolutely just wild. And then we have people like this one, Julie Stevens, who apparently is just now learning that Venezuelan and Mexican are not the same thing. Yeah, she said that to a camera and posted it. Like, what in the caucasity? Don't worry, Julie Stevens. I got you. You can get 60% off your Babbel subscription through my link in the description box. Not that she will do that. She's worked for a Venezuelan company and family for, 10 years now and has not learned a lick of Spanish. So that's cool. So there have been a few Monat reps who have actually called this out and now are speaking out more about it and being like, this is crazy. This is so unhinged. And one of them even being Kayla Caputo, who apparently I'm stalking. I'm not, we know. But she even went on in her Instagram story and was like, that's crazy behavior. That is crazy. And I agree with her, it is crazy. And then a couple other people have made posts saying certain things as well, calling it out and being like, see, this is why I left. And then there's even a group chat message from one of the girls that these statements from Daddy Monat allegedly were directed towards. And this is crazy. She said, allegedly, this is her, that she can't talk much about it because Monat sent her a cease and desist and she has to be careful. So not only are they accusing people or making willy-nilly jokes here and there, blaming mistranslation, saying that people are leaving because they're being, paid more at another company. It's like, why would you say that? But it's acting like it's unethical for someone to go somewhere because they're being compensated better, which obviously that's not sustainable. It's not going to last. We've seen that a billion times. But putting people's character and integrity into question, which not that I don't disagree with what they're saying necessarily. I don't think that these people have much integrity and all that. But again, it's the whole brainwash culture and all that of it all. Not only are they doing that, but then they're like proactively sending people cease and desist to make it like just threatening them into silence. That's crazy. But of course, most of these people will be threatened into silence and comply with it because one, they don't know their rights, and two, they have been so scared by this company. And one person actually that I saw, I forgot who it was from, but they posted saying like leaving a company that is like this and not talking about it, like leaving in like a classy way, like that's not good. That doesn't help other people. That's not bringing up other women, right? And I completely agree with that. You're furthering those same problems that led you to probably leave the company, right? By not talking about it. And of course, I know I've even said sometimes, like I've alluded to some, things on my channel as well and been like, oh, well, like I can't. Like there's a difference between like having like red tape and like legal matters and stuff, or there are a lot of things I know that aren't my story and like things that I've been told that like I'm not just going to out someone's story if they haven't talked about it, right? Or if they haven't said anything about it. That's not my place to say something. But when it is your own experience and you are not talking about it, of course I don't want to ever force someone to talk about something and like force vulnerability like they do in this industry. But it's like, y'all, it's just wild, and it sucks and I hate it. So anyways, that's what's going on with money. So, cool. Can't wait for it to continue to be absolutely crazy. Right after I stop filming this video and take a bathroom break and let Wiggum out, let him take a bathroom break, I am going to film my annual Monat income disclosure statement video, which I swear to God every year it's like pushed back a month. It's July and they just released it. Last year, pretty sure they waited until May. I don't know. All right. But we're going to do that. I'm like pushing back my chair, walking out the door, ending the video. But we're going to do that. So be on the lookout for it. I hope y'all are enjoying all the content we're putting out lately, trying to put out a lot more. Please do subscribe to the Here for the Clout podcast. It is launching on August 2nd. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's going to be a lot more spicy. We had to have a meeting and we were like, all right, are we really like going for it? And she was like, yeah. I'm fully accepting that we're going to have people mad at us. I go on a full rant and call another influencer a garbage human being in the second episode. And I stand by that. Anyways, can't wait. And I really hope y'all enjoy it. Please do subscribe to the Here for the Clout podcast. We are putting so much love and hours and work into it. Also, while still like loving our channels and stuff. And I really do think that my channel and my content, like my individual content, is going to get even so much better because of this podcast and because it has just like reignited that like creative like flame. And I'm just so excited. And so is Sherilyn Dale, true crime queen, my co-host. And she's just amazing and so funny and like gets me. It's not a true crime podcast. It's not a, anti-scam podcast. It's called Here for the Clout because we are covering clout queens and clout goblins. And we are just two feral mommies. So I'm so excited. Thank you for like all the support we've received for it. We really do appreciate it. And it's going to be completely unhinged. Think of Giggly Squad, Basement Yard, canceled podcast, Just Trish, and Do We Know Them? Imagine they all have an orgy and we are the clout baby that is born of that situation. Can't wait to get canceled. All right. If you are subscribed, take a deep breath in and out. I hope you have your favorite snack today. I hope you know that your butt looks so good and I appreciate you so much. And I hope you are enjoying all of the crazy antics because it's ridiculous. And actually another quick update, sorry. I'm wanting to change my content submission thing. My content submission process because Sherilyn for the Here for the Clout podcast made a form, like a Google form that you can just fill out and then that you can actually upload content to as well. I don't know if that would be easier for y'all or if doing the Google Drive is easier. So let me know in the comments below if you've made it this far, if you which you think would be easier. Anyways, appreciate you. Do I love you? I don't know. Maybe Wiggum does. Also, if you want to buy my love sack, I think I'm going to sell it. Don't tell Wiggum, he's mad. But I think I'm going to sell it and just get him a little baby beanbag in the corner because I want to make the corner over there a crafting station. Anyways, I appreciate you. I will see you in my next video. Like and subscribe and comment. If you're not subscribed, you're dead to me. Follow the Here for the Clout podcast. I'll have all that linked down below. And I'll see you in my next video.